Hello everyone and welcome to this human hybrid fighter mage guide. Please keep in mind that you can also make a very good hybrid out of a Vela because he's a little bit faster. But the human has more points and that is what we are looking into. It depends where you put your stat points and what skills do you have, but in general the hybrid is a very viable option in PvP because he can fight like a normal fighter and he can also heal. Also keep in mind that 1 versus 1 with a real fighter you will have trouble. It just depends on how you actually play your character because a hybrid is not so easy to play. Because of all that decision making like, okay, now I should I cast now, should I heal that guy, should I attack? But now first, to the character creation. We will make a full Tindremic because he has the most attribute points and for a hybrid every attribute point count. Here are your final stats. I calculated the Glade Gifts in. Keep that in mind, please. So make him exactly size 100, because you will gain 2 height out of the Glade Gifts. And later fill up your strength, your dexterity, drop a little bit at the constitution, and make your intelligence 100. Right now everything over 50 intelligence don't worth it, but they will change it. Star Wars already confirmed that they will change the int curve. So later for release I highly suggest to get as much as possible in your int stat after you made your dexterity and your constitution full, of course, and the strength you need required to swing your weapon. You can also have more strength for the damage bonus, that is also very good. For Alvarine Vela hybrid that is very difficult because he don't have so much set points like the Tindremic, for example. With that hybrid build you will be faster than a Tuzar Color and you will be as fast as the most foot fighters. You will be a little bit faster, a few percentages, but you will outrun by a Vela. Okay, before we look into detail of the Glade Gifts, just one simple example. I just scale the damage bonus up and then you can see how much damage bonus we have. So you will get up to 23, even 24 and even up to 25. They will change the int curve, so yeah, you must change accordingly. Put everything on your hybrid on int. If you have points left over and you already have your dex, your constitution, and you maybe don't need so much strength, then take your points and put them in Psy if you have something left over. And I just realized that I created an Aryan. And he looks like Henrik, but with blonde hair. Sorry that you feel triggered now, but I'm unconsciously created that character. Let's look at the Glade Gifts before I'm talking more bullshit. I will not go into detail here because most stuff is self-explanatory. And of course, if you put your points in Constitution, Strength, Psy, whatever, then you have more points left over for int and for Psy, which will give you more damage. Remember, int is damage, Psy is just magic resistance and mana. Int is also mana, yeah, sorry. So I just highlighted a few important skills. Glade Gifts, of course, sorry, skills are in the next section. The first one, mana and health gain. When resting is greatly increased and you gain long-term health, mana and stamina while resting. That will increase your health reserves, your stamina reserves when you rest. Please look at the health nourishment video, I will link it in the description when you want to learn more about health reserves and stuff. But yeah, that is a pretty awesome Glade Gift. It will save you quite a lot of money if you don't have to buy all the fancy food. The next one, your mana regeneration is less impacted by armor weight. So just for example, if you have armor training and you're wearing a 10 kilogram armor, then you just for example have mana regeneration problems at a few kilograms, like I guess it was 4 or 5 or something, I don't know. If you open your character window and you hover over your armor weight, then there is the number you can carry without mana regeneration encumbrance. And the higher your actual armor training skill is and the more kilograms you can carry, the more kilograms you can carry without any encumbrance. Then the next, an inspiring war cry that will strengthen the minds of anyone close to you, giving them stronger magic defense. This buff stacks up to 5 times on humans. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, but in a battle that is very useful. If some mages target you, no problem. You will have a lot of magic resistance and that really counts. So you can deal high amounts of magic damage, you are slightly resist to magic damage, and you can hit people with your weapon. It just depends how good you are actually as a player. Yeah, you in front of the PC. Yeah, you. Decision making on paper seems easy, but right in the action, you need to know what you're doing. Check the link in the description if you want to see how lost can someone be on the battlefield. Your combat skills are also very important. Don't get it wrong, the stat bonuses and all the other stuff is already included. And yes, you're able to do every skill on that list to 100, except Vitalism. You can only get this to 70 or something like that. But now from top to bottom, aggressive stance, yeah, as a normal fighter, it's a no-brainer, you really need that. Even if you're a hybrid, yes, you need that. That does a lot of damage. Anatomy is pretty useful for bandages and stuff. You really need that depending on your playstyle on the battlefield. But yes, it's better if you can bandage yourself and heal yourself with your magic. Armor training, of course, that is a no-brainer if you don't want to wear paper armor. And you're fighting 1v1 versus a Tuzar, he will cut you in half. So you should kite your enemies. But be aware, if you run too far away, they will pull out a bow. So make sure that you are not too far away, but you are not too close. On full fighter builds. Blocking, of course, that you can defend yourself. Combat maneuvering, that is needed for armor training. Defensive stance, yeah, that really reduces a lot of damage, so yeah, include that. Ecumenical spells, that is your magic school. Many other magic schools get in-game later, so you could maybe also take necromancy or some other magic schools. Endurance for your stamina management. Mental offense, that your spells do more damage, that is needed. Mental training, of course, for spells and stuff. That is the primary for magic, so yeah, you need that. Yeah, sprinting, of course, that is a no-brainer. Swords or any weapon you like. But the weapons should have low strength requirement if you drop your strength, for example, and invest more in Psy. It just depends how you skill your character. And Vitalism, of course. That is for your mana regeneration. If you want this skill 100, just decrease some other skills you don't need. So in the end, it comes down to how you want to play your character, how you behave on the battlefield, and what you want to do, of course. But playing a viable hybrid on the PvP battlefield is not so easy, so I highly suggest that you practice that. Something like, when is the right time to take a bandage, when is the right time to run there, when is the right time to cast my spell, when is the right time to draw my weapon again, when is the right time to block, when is the right time to attack, and all this stuff. So I really hope you learned something. Follow me like these brain dead walking deads on Twitter, on Instagram. Please also like and subscribe, ring the bell that you don't miss any future videos. Party hard and goodbye.